Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Aitken, and every week on this show we're trying to identify the element that eventually decides a race, but we're trying to do it before the event. Now this Sunday in Hong Kong, it's our once a year meeting in the daytime at Happy Valley, and that happens because the track at Sha Tin is being sown with the winter grass coming through the summer grass, which has been cut very short, and the track isn't suitable for use for a couple of weeks. So we have this meeting at Happy Valley and a dirt meeting at Sha Tin next Wednesday. So off to the valley we go, and since this is the only time all season that I really get to talk about the Happy Valley on this show, I thought we'd have a quick look at the trainers there over time and who dominates. And of course, that's Casper Founds. It was touched off for leading trainer at Happy Valley last season by John Size, but he usually does win that contest. And as you see from the graphics here, over the last 13 years, he has been one of the outstanding trainers there. And not only that, very profitable. If you'd had the same bet on his runners, and that's almost 2,800 runners there, you would return a 1% profit, and that's exceptional going. Now, Casper has a number of chances on Sunday, including one short price favourite, Chaparral Star, and he looks to have a really great chance. And here's, just for your interest, the strike rates of trainers with favourites at Happy Valley, and Casper, once again, the leading light there on strike rate. But for the winning factor, we're going to look at some other races and hopefully better prices. And the first one we're going to look at is race 8, and the winning factor here, the tempo. As we look down the field here, it's a fairly open sort of race, quite a number of chances. A last start winner in Storm Signal, of course Eagle, who won a couple of starts ago at the Valley, the ever consistent Money Boy, and the horse that I'm going to focus on is Mega Heart. Now interestingly, along with Sharp Mind and also Thunderstomp, Mega Heart is one of 3 of the winners on this day last year who returns for the Happy Valley Day meeting 12 months on. And when he won last year, you'll be able to see in a moment that the tempo of the race was very much a factor in Mega Heart's win. This was a strongly run race with good speed up front, and you'll see here Mega Heart, ridden quietly, launches a huge finish in the final 100 metres to win going away. Now after that, Mega Heart had a few problems with internal bleeding. He had very little racing and was moved from Casper Founds over to Michael Chang's yard. But he returned recently in the race won by Storm Signal at Happy Valley, and this time he didn't really get the same kind of pace, but he returned in very good form. As we see here, the pace up front was only relatively steady for this class of race. Storm Signal was able to get over from a wide gate outside the leader and kick away, and horses running on late weren't at any advantage, and Mega Heart was one of those, closing off strongly, as you can see. But if we look at the map of Sunday's race, there are quite a few horses who should be vying for the early lead here, including Storm Signal, drawn wide again, and on the inside E-Super, and a couple more in between them. So I'm expecting this to be a much more competitive tempo in the race, and that's going to suit Mega Heart. He'll be out the back, but he has got that big finish. So even if all of those leaders don't charge early, do expect to have a competitive pace, and that means the tip is for Mega Heart. And the winning factor in this case, the tempo. I think it'll be solid enough, and he should be a little bit fitter for that first up run and produce that big finish we saw 12 months ago. Now the second race we're going to look at is race 9, and this time the winning factor is Happy Valley itself. When we look down the field, the horses I'm most interested in here are down at the bottom of the weights, with the 8-year-old Ultimate Glory, and the 5-year-old yet to win in Hong Kong is Racing Luck, who looks a very serious danger. But I think the edge in the weights is going to be important, and the return to Happy Valley is going to be very important for Ultimate Glory. Now here's a horse who hasn't won since March the 2nd, 2016, over the Happy Valley course and distance. And that's where he races best, but he's had very little racing there, and we're going to have a look at why. We're going to show you that win, and I want you to look very carefully at what Ultimate Glory does as he clears out on the line. Right on the post, Ultimate Glory tries to jump a shadow. Now, he had tried to do something like that before, and it wasn't really a lot to it, and he was well clear of other horses on this occasion. But now we're going to show you his next start at Happy Valley 3 weeks later, Now, the crucial part of this one is the finishing stages yet again. Ultimate Glory isn't going to win this time, but he was fighting out a very tight finish for the minor placings when he really caught jockey Gerald Mosse by surprise in the final strides, when he did the same thing but much worse this time. Now, as a result of that behaviour, Ultimate Glory was then barred by the stewards from running at Happy Valley at night meetings, and that means he's only had 3 races there in the last 2.5 years, and that's a shame because I think he's at his best at Happy Valley, not at Sha Tin. So his opportunities to win have not really been very frequent. He ran in this race for the last 2 years, once in Class 2, and then last year when he had considerably more weight in Class 3, the same race that he runs in on Sunday. So a difficulty with Ultimate Glory is that he's obviously not getting any younger, and he's had very few chances to shine since he can't race much at Happy Valley. So it's a little hard to assess, but he did finish off last season racing well at Sha Tin, where he's not as well suited, and he's been placed at 4 of his last 6 starts at Sha Tin and on the dirt. First up for this season, he ran in a very fast run 1400 metre race, and I thought he did well until he just got a bit tired over the concluding stages. We see this is the race that Green Energy won. Brutal pace in the mid-race. That really wasn't suitable for Ultimate Glory, but he clung on quite well at the finish, and he'll be fitter for that run. Now, in contrast, he comes back to Happy Valley this time, and we look at the map, and the pace here doesn't look strong. He's got the extra distance, and I think he'll have no trouble keeping up this time and sitting in a position just behind the soft leaders. Now, if that's the case, he should be in striking range and hard to beat. So our tip for race 9, Ultimate Glory, and his winning factor, the return to his preferred track at Happy Valley. I think he'll get some competition from the younger Racing Luck, but this looks a race that the old guy can win. Well, that's it for the winning factor this week. Good luck on Sunday. We'll see you next time.